Life can be unpredictable. Sometimes, out of nowhere, it knocks you off your feet and leaves you struggling to stand. Have you ever felt like life hit you so hard that you couldn't see a way out? That the pain you were experiencing was too big, too overwhelming, and too much to bear? If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. Pain has a way of making us feel isolated, as though no one else could possibly understand what we're going through. But what if I told you that this pain, this very thing that feels like it's breaking you, doesn't have to be the end of your story? In fact, it could be the beginning of something remarkable. Today, we're going to talk about how to take that pain, no matter how heavy it feels, and transform it into your greatest strength. How you can turn your struggles into something meaningful and find purpose even in the darkest moments of your life. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share might just change your life. Before we dive into transformation, let's take a moment to understand pain. Pain, whether it's emotional or physical, is something every human being experiences. It's a universal part of life. And yet, it feels so personal when we're in the middle of it, doesn't it? Think about the last time you were hurt. Maybe someone you loved left you. Maybe you lost an opportunity you worked so hard for. Or maybe you experienced something that shook you to your core. Pain is like an unwelcome guest that barges in and refuses to leave. But here's the truth. Pain has a purpose. Pain isn't there to destroy us. It's there to alert us, to show us something isn't right, and to push us to grow. When you touch something hot, the physical pain you feel forces you to pull your hand away. In the same way, emotional pain can force us to confront parts of our lives that need attention, healing, or change. But here's the thing. While pain itself has a purpose, how we respond to it determines whether it breaks us or builds us. Some people let their pain define them. They get stuck in the hurt, replaying it over and over in their minds until it becomes their identity. Others take that same pain and turn it into something extraordinary. They use it as fuel to create, to inspire, and to grow. Which path will you choose? The first step in turning your pain into purpose is acceptance. And I know that sounds simple, but trust me, it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. When we experience pain, our natural instinct is to fight it. We resist it, deny it, and wish it away. Why me? We ask. Why is this happening to me? It's not fair. And you're right. Sometimes life isn't fair. But resisting pain doesn't make it go away. In fact, it often makes it worse. Think of pain like a storm. The more you fight against it, the harder the wind blows, and the more exhausted you become. But when you stop resisting, when you accept the storm for what it is, you begin to find calm in the chaos. Acceptance doesn't mean you're okay with what happened. It doesn't mean you're happy about it or that you're giving up. It simply means you're acknowledging the reality of your situation. You're saying, this is where I am right now, and that's okay. I don't have to like it, but I can face it. One of the most powerful things you can do is sit with your pain. Take a deep breath, allow yourself to feel it fully, and remind yourself that it's okay to not be okay. Because once you stop fighting the pain, you free up the energy to start healing. Once you've accepted your pain, the next step is to learn from it. Every painful experience we go through comes with a lesson. But those lessons aren't always obvious, and sometimes they're buried under layers of hurt and anger. Imagine pain as a teacher. It's not always kind, and it doesn't always explain itself right away. But if you're willing to listen, it has so much to teach you. Think about a time in your life when you faced a challenge. Maybe it was a breakup, a failure, or a loss. Now, think about who you were before that experience and who you became after. Chances are, you grew in ways you didn't expect. Maybe you became more resilient, more compassionate, or more determined. Pain has a way of shaping us, of carving out the rough edges and revealing a stronger, wiser version of ourselves. But to learn from pain, you have to be willing to ask the hard questions. Questions like, what is this pain teaching me? What can I do differently because of it? How can I use this experience to grow? When you start looking at pain as an opportunity to learn, something incredible happens. It stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a stepping stone. Now comes the most exciting part, finding your purpose. Purpose is what gives our lives meaning. It's the reason we get out of bed in the morning, even when things are tough. And often, our greatest purpose comes from our deepest pain. Think about it. Some of the most inspiring people in the world have turned their pain into purpose. People who've survived unimaginable hardships often go on to dedicate their lives to helping others who are struggling in similar ways. Your purpose might not be clear to you right away, and that's okay. Finding purpose is a journey, not a destination. Start by asking yourself what you care about most, what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive, and most importantly, how can your experiences, even the painful ones, make a difference in the world? Purpose doesn't have to be big or flashy. It could be as simple as being a source of kindness in a world that desperately needs it. Or it could be as grand as starting a movement or creating something that inspires millions. Whatever it is, your purpose is uniquely yours. Purpose without action is just a dream. If you truly want to turn your pain into purpose, you have to take action. And that starts with one small step. Think about what you can do today to move closer to your purpose. Maybe it's writing down your thoughts, reaching out to someone who needs support, or starting a project you've been putting off. Whatever it is, start small. Progress is more important than perfection. Taking action can be scary, especially when you're stepping into something new. But remember, every great journey begins with a single step. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about one more thing that can help you turn pain into purpose: gratitude. I know it might sound strange to talk about gratitude when you're in pain, but hear me out. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending everything is fine. It simply means shifting your focus to the things you still have, even in the midst of difficulty. When you practice gratitude, you start to see the good in your life, no matter how small. And that shift in perspective can be incredibly powerful. Try this. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Something as simple as a sunny day, a kind word, or a moment of peace can be enough. Over time, you'll start to notice that even in the darkest times, there's still light to be found. So, how do you turn pain into purpose? You start by accepting your pain, learning from it, and using it to find your purpose. Then, you take action and let gratitude guide you along the way. I want you to know that your pain doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to be the end of your story. In fact, it can be the beginning of something incredible. You have the strength to take your struggles and turn them into something meaningful, something that not only changes your life, but also touches the lives of others. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing content. Remember, you are stronger than you think, and your purpose is waiting for you.